People, welcome back to a very special episode of GNG News. We've got a Top Trump special DC Supervillains set to open up for today. This was $3.99 and it was purchased from none other than TK Maxx. TK Maxx are pretty good for finding a plethora of different things, from Pokemon products, as you can see in the background, from what I recently opened, to Top Trump's cards, to charge wires, to headphones, to some gaming accessories. Obviously, you're not going to buy like a DualShock 4 or a DualSense from there, but you can get some gaming accessories, charger wires, clothes, so on and so forth. I have bought a lot of different things over the years from TK Maxx, but TK Maxx is one of those stores where they don't particularly stock any one item. You have to go in, rummage through, and kind of have a look, which leads a lot of people to actually giving up on using TK Maxx. But I'm one of these people that likes to prevail. So we're going to open this one up for today, and we're going to see what these look like. As you can see here, $3.99, originally £8. So let's open this setup and show you the cards that we have for today. Also as well, if you enjoy these sorts of videos, don't forget to leave a like on the video, subscribe to my channel, turn on post notifications if you haven't done already. So this is the how to play card. If you need to pause this to work out the rules, please do so. You shuffle and deal 30 cards face down. Hold your cards face up so you can see the top card only. The player to the dealer's left starts. Read out a stat from the top card, i.e. Chaos 28. The other players then read out the same stat if they have one, whether it's lower or higher. If you have the best or highest value, you win that round. Take all the top cards, including your own, and put them at the bottom of your deck. It's your turn to choose a stat from the next card. If two or more cards share the best value or data is not available, then all the cards are placed in the middle and you read out the same stat for your next card, and the winner of that round takes the cards in the middle as well. The person with all the cards at the end wins the game. If you need to finish a game quickly, you can play the discard rule, which means any losing cards is simply removed from the game. The last person left with cards in their hand wins. Got an advert as well for Top Trump's Special Justice League. Go to www.winningmoves.co.uk to find out more. And also on the back, we have an advert for Heroes of History and Legends of Football. I did also open up, the World Football Stars Top Trump special set as well. You go to www.phillipstoys.co.uk if you want to find out more about those particular cards. So without further ado, let's get into this. Our first card for today is Ra's al Ghul, one of Batman's fiercest and most formidable foes. Ra's al Ghul leads the lead of assassins and controls the mystical Lazarus Pit, which has kept him alive for centuries. His goal of protecting the planet may seem noble, but the fact that he is willing to destroy most of humanity to do it puts him at odds with the Dark Knight detective, an adversary who the criminal mastermind greatly respects. Top Trump's rating of 16, power of 47, brutality of 5, chaos of 2, cunning of 17, and weapons and tech of 3. That's Ra's al Ghul. Our next card for today is none other than Solomon Grundy, weapons and tech of 1, cunning of 3, chaos of 18, brutality of 9, power of 68, and Top Trump's rating of 14. Over a century ago, fugitive killer Cyrus Gold hid from the authorities in Slaughter Swamp, where he met a fate worse than death. Mysterious forces doomed Gold, transforming him into a Solomon Grundy, a massive brute with superhuman strength and stamina. He has also been granted immortality, allowing him to repeatedly rise from the dead, but each time he returns, his intelligence seems to decrease. So it's going to get to the point that basically Solomon Grundy is going to come back from the dead so many times that he's not even going to be able to essentially string a conversation together. Next card for today is none other than Black Adam, which you may see in the Black Adam movie, which has now been canned. Weapons and tech of 40, cunning of 10, chaos of 5, brutality of 5, powers of 70, Top Trump rating of 8. Centuries ago, the same wizard that granted Billy Batson the role of Shazam bestowed mystical powers upon a pure of heart youth in ancient Egypt. But when the boy tried to share his power to save his dying uncle, his uncle stole it and became the legendary villain known as Black Adam. His powers come from the Egyptian gods Shu, Hera, Amon, Zehetu, Aton, and Mehan, I believe. Sorry if I butchered the pronunciation of any of those names. You can find out more about Top Trumps as well on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and I don't know what that symbol's supposed to be. Maybe it's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and I don't know, maybe Snapchat or something. Next up, or Instagram. Next up, we have Captain Cold, Weapons and Tech of 30, Cunning of 8, Chaos of 3, Brutality of 2, Power of 0. Top Trumps rating 6. Leonard Snap grew up in an unpleasant household where his only escape was riding in his grandfather's ice truck. Eventually, he left home and became a small-time criminal who was constantly thwarted by the Flash. To level the playing field, Snap constructed cold guns that fire extreme cold blasts capable of freezing the fastest man alive in his tracks. Calling himself Captain Cold, Snap is now the coolest criminal in Central City. Nice. Followed up by another DC supervillain, which is Catwoman. She's not really a supervillain. She's kind of I don't know, she's in like the realm of the grey. Sometimes she's good, a lot of the time she's bad, but really she's just out for her own motivation and her own reasons. Catwoman. As an orphan growing up on the streets of Gotham City, Selina Kyle became a thief in order to survive. After perfecting her skills as a cat burglar, she now wears a catsuit to steal from the corporate and rich as Catwoman. Unlike most criminals, Catwoman walks the line between good and evil with occasional acts of heroism between heists. Top Trumps rating of 1, Power of 0, Brutality of 8, Chaos of 20, Cunning of 13, and Weapons of Tech of 38. That's Catwoman. Next up, we have the Joker. Weapons and Tech 45, Cunning of 14, Chaos of 38, Brutality of 9, Power of 0, Top Trumps rating of 30. I thought his Chaos would have been higher than that. Once a small-time crook, the Joker fell into a vat of chemicals that turns his skin white, his hair green, and his lips red. Like a crazed clown, his crimes always involve pranks and jokes ending with twisted punchlines that are only funny to him. He may look like he's clowning around, but this guy is bad news for Batman and Gotham City in whole. Next up, we have Captain Boomerang, who was kind of very much downplayed in the Suicide Squad movies. Weapons and Tech 35, Cunning 14, Chaos 16, Brutality 5, Powers 1, Top Trumps rating 4. George Digger Harkness grew up in Australia, where he mastered the art of throwing boomerangs and having them return to his grasp. After first working as an entertainer, he eventually used his unique talents for crime, becoming one of the Flash's most persistent and ruthless rogues. His custom-made trick boomerang often pack an explosive surprise. So he's got boomerangs that have bombs, but then you wouldn't want a bomb coming back to you as a boomerang. So that's kind of counterproductive. The Cheetah. Weapons and Tech 11, Cunning 10, Chaos 10, Brutality 9, Powers 15, Top Trumps rating 24. She was the villain of the most recent Wonder Woman movie, which was not great. Intrigued by an African tribe whose guardian was bestowed with mystical powers, archaeologist Barbara Ann Minerva stole those powers for herself and became the cunning villain known as the Cheetah. Before her transformation, Minerva and Wonder Woman were friends. Now, as the Cheetah, she resents the Amazon princess for thwarting her evil endeavors and pursuit of treasure and power. Kind of similar to the plot of the latest Wonder Woman movie. Sinestro, one of my favorite villains for the Green Lantern. Weapons and Tech 20, Cunning 19, Chaos 5, Brutality 6, Power 62, Top Trumps rating 17. Once a member of the Green Lantern Corps and the mentor to Hal Jordan, Sinestro was stripped of his rings when he used his power to rule his home planet of Korugar. Now, with a yellow power ring fueled by fear, he is the leader of his own Yellow Lantern Corps, waging war on his former Green Lantern Corps comrades. Followed up by Red Lantern Otrocitus, I believe, I don't know. But basically, he's just full of rage. Weapons and Tech 33, Cunning 9, Chaos 16, Brutality 10, Power 58, Top Trumps rating of 10. After surviving a brutal massacre on his planet, he used a primitive ritual to create the Red Lantern Corps. As their leader, he uses power to seek revenge against those he holds responsible for the annihilation of his homeworld, including the Green Lantern Corps. Red Lanterns are powered by the unpredictable and intense rage, which also gives them the ability to protect burning acid-like plasma from their mouths. Wow. Madness. Okay. Next up, we have Killer Frost, Weapons and Tech 32, Cunning 9, Chaos 5, Brutality 3, Power 30, Top Trumps rating 12. Brilliant scientist Caitlin Snow used an experimental device to save her from a devious attempt on her life. Unfortunately, the device also drastically changed her physiology, forcing her to steal heat from anything and anyone to survive. She can generate intense blasts of cold as well as a ice construct and projectiles to use as weapons. Killer Frost. Followed up by another card today, which is Gorilla Grodd, Weapons and Tech 18, Cunning 16, Chaos 18, Brutality 3, Power 40, and a Top Trumps rating of 5. Gorilla Grodd is a highly evolved ape with extraordinary mental abilities. Fueled by his intense hatred for humans and humanity, Grodd uses his advanced intellect and mind control in his ongoing battle against the Flash and the Justice League. These powers, along with his brute strength and the ferocious animal nature, make him a lethal threat to all that try to oppose him. Followed up by Harley Quinn, Weapons and Tech 26, Cunning 4, Chaos 40, Brutality 9, Power 0, Top Trumps rating of 26. When she first met the Joker, Dr. Harlan Quinzel was a psychiatrist at Arkham Asylum. Instead of treating her patient, she fell in love with him and became his prankster partner in crime known as Harley Quinn. Although mentally unhinged, Harley is highly intelligent. She is a skilled gymnast and her agility makes her an adept fighter using a variety of weaponized gag props in her chaos-creating crimes. Next up, we have Bizarro, Weapons and Tech 8, Cunning 5, Chaos 19, Brutality of 8, Powers of 17, and Top Trumps rating of 11. Bizarro is an imperfect clone of Superman created to destroy the Man of Steel, but the defective duplicate has never succeeded. He is simple-minded brute known for his childlike and dangerous temper tantrums, and though he can match Superman in a raw power and near invulnerability, most of Bizarro's attempts and abilities are the exact opposite of those possessed by the Man of Steel. Green kryptonite, which is deadly to Superman, only makes Bizarro more powerful. So he is like a really crap doppelganger, essentially. Darkseid, Weapons and Tech 35, Cunning 20, Chaos 25, Brutality 10, Power of 80, Top Trumps rating of 29. Darkseid is the ruthless tyrant of the planet Apokolips and one of the most powerful beings in all existence. Driven to conquer the universe, Darkseid searches for the anti-life equation which will grant him control over all living things. He has godlike powers including invulnerability, super strength, flight, and the ability to project omega beams from his eyes, capable of teleporting or disintegrate anyone and anything that it touches in its path. Okay. Doomsday. Weapons and Tech of 20, Cunning of 18, Chaos of 20, Brutality of 9, Powers of 60, Top Trumps rating of 28. Doomsday is a monster from the planet Krypton, created by scientists to be a perfect, unstoppable weapon. It has regenerative abilities that allow it to evolve and become more powerful in order to defeat all who stand in its way. Genetically programmed to seek combat, Doomsday will demolish anything in its path, able to withstand any environment, whether it's the cold vacuum of space or the fiery pits of Apocalypse. Doomsday can adapt and survive, making it the ultimate life form and an unrelenting force of destruction. And it was made to literally take on Superman. Hence the name Doomsday. Followed up by Talon Assassin. Weapons and Tech of 2, Cunning of 5, Chaos of 38, Brutality of 8, Power of 30, Top Trumps rating of 2. A group of lethal superhumans who serve the Court of Owls. The Talon's assassins are virtually unstoppable as they are reanimated after death and able to withstand the most brutal punishment. Moving through hidden catacombs beneath Gotham City, they can easily attack an enemy and disappear without a sign or a trace. Next up, we have Lex Luthor, who has a Top Trumps rating of 27, and he is a top Trump. Nice. That's the cards. That's the only one that's got the Top Trumps rating. Power of 5, Brutality of 2, Chaos of 5, Cunning of 20, and Weapons Tech of 48. A brilliant businessman and inventor, billionaire Lex Luthor once saw himself as the most powerful man on Earth until Superman arrived. Rather than using his wealth and genius to help humanity, Luthor uses his gift of superior intellect in repeated attempts to destroy the Man of Steel. Followed up by Lobo, having weapons and tech of 25, cunning of 16, chaos of 3, brutality of 6, powers of 5, and top strength rating of 3. The last survivor of the planet Sirani, I believe. Lobo is an intergalactic bounty hunter who plays his own rules to get the job done. Lobo is a brutal fighter with regenerative abilities that make him virtually indestructible, and his crude tactics often put him in direct opposition with the heroes of the Justice League. Yeah, he doesn't care, he'll just do whatever he's got to do to get the job done. Followed up by Ocean Master, weapons attack of 23, cunning of 14, chaos of 5, brutality of 7, powers of 36, top strength rating of 13. Once Ocean Master is Aquaman's evil half-brother. Before Aquaman has compelled to take his rightful place on the throne, Ocean Master served as the tyrant king of Atlantis. He can survive the furthest depths of the ocean and despises the surface world, but his plot to destroy it has been thwarted many times by heroes such as Aquaman and Mera. Next up, we have Scarecrow. Weapons attack of 20, cunning of 19, chaos of 22, brutality of 3, powers of 10, top strength rating of 20. Scarecrow was once a Gotham University professor, but a terrifying childhood traumatized him and left him mentally unstable. He became obsessed with the emotion of fear. When his cruel experiments on others were deemed too dangerous, he was fired. To exact his revenge, he became the Scarecrow, making the citizens of Gotham his test subjects, exposing them to toxins and psychological torment. Not the sort of psychiatrist that you want to annoy. Mr. Freeze, weapons attack of 28, cunning of 11, chaos of 5, brutality of 5, power of 2, top strength rating of 21. Dr. Victor Fries was a brilliant cryogenicist whose wife was stricken with a fatal disease. To slow the progression of her condition, Victor froze his wife while she searched for a cure. But when the company funding his research pulled the plug, it triggered an accident that transformed him into the cold-hearted criminal known as Mr. Freeze. He must keep his body temperature below 0. He wears protective armor that also grants him super strength as well. Okay, keep on going. Next up, we have the Penguin, weapons and tech of 44, cunning of 14, chaos of 7, brutality of 2, powers of 0, and top strength rating of 22. The Penguin has no superpowers, but is a master manipulator capable of pitting his enemies against one another. Mocked at a young age for his bird-like features, Oswald Cobblepot turned his resentment into a relentless desire of power. His preferred weapons are customized umbrellas that are equipped to release tear gas, fire bullets, and act as a handheld helicopter rotor blade for a speedy getaway. I still remember seeing those scenes going, "I'll get you next time, Batman," and flying away on his umbrella. Poison Ivy, weapons and tech 10, cunning 16, chaos of 5, brutality of 2, power of 45, and a top strength rating of 19. Dr. Pamela Isley was a shy botanist until a freak accident gave her a toxic touch and the power to control plants. She's immune to most toxins and produces pheromones that causes others to fall under her control. No longer the shrinking violet she once was, she is now known as Poison Ivy, an eco-terrorist driven to rid the world of humanity to make it safe for plants to live and thrive. Followed up by Killer Croc, weapons attack of 2, cunning of 3, chaos of 10, brutality of 8, powers of 20, and top strength rating of 18. Born with a rare genetic condition that gives him skin that is green and scaly in appearance, Waylon Jones started out as a sideshow wrestler before becoming a monstrous criminal over time. His condition has continued to mutate, making him bigger and stronger and more reptilian. When not locked away in Belle Rees Penitentiary, he dwells in the sewers of Gotham City. So look out. Next up, we have Reverse Flash, weapons and tech of 3, cunning of 10, chaos of 25, brutality of 3, powers of 50, top strength rating of 15. Obsessed with uncovering the secret of super speed, a scientist from the 21st century named Professor Obok Thwan traveled back in time to meet his idol, the Flash. However, when he learned that he was destined to become a villain and die at the hands of Scarlet Speedster, Thwan went insane and became the Reverse Flash. Okay, next up we have The Riddler, one of my favourite Batman villains. Weapons attack 31, cunning of 18, chaos of 30, brutality of 2, powers of 0, and a top trumps rating of 23. Jealous of what he believed to be the undeserved success of others, Edward Nygma felt he was too smart to play by the rules, so he became the masked criminal known as the Riddler. His first brilliant scheme brought Gotham City to its knees until Batman intervened. He now is obsessed with proving that he's mentally superior to the Dark Knight detective. And he did also believe for many years that he actually knew who he was. Deathstroke up next. Weapons attack of 30, cunning of 15, chaos of 28, brutality of 9, powers of 10, and a top trumps rating of 9. Slade Wilson was the army's top operative when he underwent experiments that turned him into a super soldier with the enhanced strength, stamina, and regenerative powers. When he was dishonorably discharged, he became the world's deadliest mercenary, a master of martial arts and an expert marksman. Deathstroke is a skilled tactician with the ability to anticipate and avoid enemy attacks. And he's a good shot, hence the name. Okay, a couple cards left to go. We have Brainiac. Weapons attack of 50, cunning of 15, chaos of 30, brutality of 2, powers of 10, top trumps rating of 7. Cold, calculated, and absolutely single-minded in his goal, the cybernetic alien invader known as Brainiac was created to seek the knowledge of the planets before he eradicates them. He travels the universe using advanced technology to collect one city from each world before he destroys them. When he sets his sights on Metropolis, he meets the greatest foe of all time, Superman. Okay, and the last card is Black Manta. Weapons and tech 45, cunning of 12, chaos of 8, brutality of 5, powers of 10, and top trumps rating of 25. As one of the world's most ruthless underwater treasure hunters, the menacing Black Manta saw Aquaman at his ultimate prize. But when a confrontation between the two led to the loss of Manta's father, the villain vowed to destroy the King of Atlantis with his arsenal of weapons and high-tech wetsuit. The last card for today is just a little advert for a game from DC Origins, which is Match to Win, which is Match the Crazy Cube games, and you can check that out by going to www.winningmoves.co.uk. And as you can see on the back here, this just shows you some of the other sets that are available from Top Trumps. So there's Top Trumps Special, Top Trump Quiz with a Twist, Top Trumps Junior, Top Trumps Limited Edition, and Top Trumps Match. If you have enjoyed watching this video, don't forget to leave a like on the video, subscribe to my channel, turn on post notifications if you haven't done already. Obviously, we went through every single character, all the different abilities, and, you know, their little backstory. You tell me which was your favorite card out of the ones that we went through today. I've been GNG News. You guys have been my lovely audience. Don't forget to subscribe, turn on post notifications if you haven't done already. Leave a like on this video if you think it's worth leaving a like on, and I'll be back in the future with some more Top Trump sets to open up. We've opened up quite a few of these different Top Trump sets now, and I'm pretty happy with that. But if there's any more, there's any sets in particular that you want me to open, let me know. I do actually have a Top Trump set arriving in a couple days time, so if you guys want to see what Star Wars set that is, check back on Thursday. I'm going to be opening up some Star Wars products as well, and later this evening, no doubt, I'll be playing Disney Speedstorm with Abster. I appreciate your time here today, people. Thank you all for watching. I'm going to see you in the next episode real soon.